Good day to you. I'm Sophia Bygrave. I'm back with you today, author of Parenting Matters, that is helping you to develop well adjusted, socially adjusted, and successful children. Today, we want to talk about how we deal with challenging children. And in particular, I want to look at those from 8 to 19. So, your tweens and your teens. We'll do challenging children and toddlers at another video, so you can look out for that. But for today, we're dealing with the preteens and the teens. So what happens now? Let's create a scenario that you're take the family out and you're at the mall, and suddenly your tween sees an item that must have, somehow it just got to get it. And your answer for that day is no, it's not in the budget, or you can't afford it right now, or it's something that they do not need. But the answer is no. What a disobedient or strong willed child might do is try to convince you and persuade you as to why you should purchase that item. One of the first things that you have to bear in mind is that no one solution fits every child. You have to know your child and understand what kind of a punishment would be affecting that child to get the desired response. Once you identify what that is, then you can begin to take action. One of the things that you should do is to remember that you can say to the child, you need to stop this behavior, or as soon as we get home, I'm going to address it. I'm going to punish you. All right, but you should do this within a calm, reasonable state, not getting angry or loud and arguing with the child in the mall, which is what be embarrassing. But you not creating a scene. You just calmly and quietly tell the child, no, we will not be buying that item for you today. All right, so what do you do when you have the child who is still not behaving? Then you decide what kind of punishment you're going to give the child when you get home. And then you can continue. If the child is not behaving, you can tell him, wait outside by security right there for me. You stand right there and don't leave. Let me get my shopping done, and then I'll come back and deal with you after. All right, remember now, it doesn't make sense to go into an arguing contest or battle with a teenager or a preteen, because it can get pretty ugly and then nobody wins. So, what you need to do is follow through. When you have a strong willed child, a challenging child, a disobedient child, you need to follow through on the punishment that you promise. So, if you promise that child that they're going to take away some tablet time, or the phone is going to be confiscated, or they are grounded, then you leave it at that for that scenario and don't engage in the argument with that child. What kind of punishment you choose is depending on your style of parenting. But the main challenge point that you want to do is to make sure it is an aversive stimulus. That means something that diverts the person from that course of action. An aversive stimulus and not an abusive action. You don't want to argue and get verbally abusive and call the child names, and then the child argue back, and then everybody is unpleasant and nobody wins. So you just follow through, don't get tied up into an argument with them. You're the parent. You'll punish them. If you promised to punish, don't chicken out. You have to follow through. So because of that, you need to choose punishment that you can actually keep up to. No telling them they're grounded for life. That's absolutely not possible for you to keep that promise. All right, if they're grounded for a week, don't get sorry in the third day and decide that you're going to change your mind, because then your word will lose its effectiveness. Okay? So remember now, you are the parent and you don't need to get tied up when they start to raise their voices and act up. You just kind of tell them, you wait right here by security and I will address you when I get home. All right, that's my tidbit for you for today. So we will continue to listen out for the other part. Segment is how you can deal with the challenging team with using rewards and affirmation. All right, so you have that, give that a try. And in the comments, you can share with me the feedback that you received by refusing to get into an argument and allowed scenario with that challenging teen or tween.